Hey y'all, my name is Crystal Rumfelt and I'll be your instructor for EDU 144 this summer. And I wanted to make this video so that we could walk through some things together and I could give you some information that might make everything go a little smoother for you and so that you'll understand everything right off the bat. Okay, so let's get started. So I just went to my Moodle page, my regular Moodle page, dashboard or homepage or whatever, and I clicked on EDU 144, and this is what comes up, some cute little guys waving, and this is the introduction page that came up first. So on your introduction page, you'll start out with the syllabus, and the syllabus has some information on it like how to best contact me and how I'm going to weight your grade, like how much each thing is going to, what percentages it's going to be of your grade, and what to do if you miss an assignment. All that kind of stuff is in this syllabus here. And then your first assignment, which is what you have to do in order to be actually counted for this class. Your first assignment, I get the little questions from your syllabus. So you'll want to read the syllabus first and then do this first assignment as soon as you can. So that way we know and we can count you as present and being in the class. Okay, then the curriculum that we're using, this child and adolescent development in your classroom, it is a online curriculum. So you're not going to have a book in your hand. You're going to do everything online, and I really think you're going to like it. But down here at the next little thing after your first assignment, it'll have MindTap registration instructions. And it's very easy to register for this class. So you'll click on that and it'll give you very explicit instructions. And I really don't anticipate anybody having any trouble, but if you do, shoot me an email or a Moodle message and I'll do what I can to get you on there and get started. So this external tool, this link here, is how, if you click on this, this is where you'll access your class. And this is where you'll access it on the introduction page. So this, when you click on this, it's just going to take you to the entire, like everything. It's your book and it's your assignments and all that stuff. So you can see here, you get started, chapter 1, all the way down. Now this is an 8-week class, and so we're going to do 1 chapter each week. And we're going to stop at the end of early childhood. So let's go back to our course here. And I wanted to also make mention that in case you do encounter something wonky, I know computers and online stuff can sometimes just trip us out. Here is the Cengage technical support link where you can go there, and there's of course frequently asked questions. There's information of if you want to call somebody or live chat with somebody, all that's on this link here. Okay, and then this Cengage student dashboard is where you would go if you have multiple Cengage classes. So if you took both of my classes or even one from last semester, and you have different Cengage curriculums that you have, you can go to this dashboard and you can see all that and access it. So, but from week to week, this is what I want you to do. This is how you're going to do it. So, so our class starts June 2nd, so let's go to that section. And let's look here. Chapter 1 is called Ways of Thinking About Children. And each week you're going to have a case study to do and turn in a scenario and a quiz. And also, of course, I want you to read the chapter. The chapters are really cool. There's some interactive things, some little videos, and it makes learning the stuff you got to learn even more interesting, I feel like. So this is what it's going to look like. Your link on week 1 is going to take you to chapter 1. And you can see here that this chapter unlocks June 2nd. And then you can also always see your due dates. And then you can see that it counts toward a grade. So it'll always give you your learning objectives and standards, which I like. And so the first thing that comes up is sort of an introduction to the chapter is your video case study. So let's click on that, and it'll always have a video for you to watch that is relevant to that chapter. And because of the pandemic and of, it's also the summertime, a lot of times it's hard to get real life observation of classrooms and of teachers and how they do things and how to get ideas and that kind of stuff. So each week there will be a video for you to watch, and then it will have sort of an assignment of helping you think through what you just watched, and it'll ask you some questions and it'll help you relate that to your own experiences. I think these are great. So this is your video case study. And then of course it has the chapter, and like I said, I want you to read it. You'll enjoy it. Then it'll have your quiz, and you can do that next, or you can wait until after you finished your scenario to complete your quiz. Quiz is self-explanatory. I don't have to go into that. You will have one attempt at doing the quiz, and then you have the scenario. And I wanted to walk you through this just so that there's no confusion, and so you'll understand exactly what's being asked of you. And exactly, you're going to understand how to make a good grade because it shows you on here. It shows you everything that you're going to need to know. You're just going to need to not be lazy and don't rush through because it has everything on here. So here's your scenario. It's first up here, it says objective and scenario, and it'll tell you what the objective for this assignment is. The objective is to create an agenda for a parent-teacher conference and then to evaluate the agenda you created. And then if you go down, it's going to tell you the scenario. So it's going to tell you, you're a teacher in a Head Start, or you're in a daycare situation, or it'll just give you, you're supposed to put yourself in this scenario. So it'll tell you all about it. And if you kind of scroll down, it'll give you the description of your assignment and what to do. So it tells you 3 things usually that is components of the assignment. So in this particular one, you're going to create a 2-item agenda for the meeting to discuss Ricky's kindergarten readiness. You're going to include talking points consisting of 1 paragraph describing the possible benefits and 1 paragraph describing the possible drawbacks of enrolling Ricky in kindergarten now. And then it says 2 other things to be sure to do. And it says on number 3, review the assessment rubric to see how your assignment and self-evaluation will be graded. Okay, your rubric, and this is what I'm going to use to grade you, is right here. So always click on this rubric and it'll tell you exactly how I'm going to grade you on each part. So over here it tells the criteria, and then over here it shows the ratings. And so I'm going to read the criteria after reading your responses, and then I'll say, you know what, they did not include that at all. I'm going to give them a 0 for that. Or they did an amazing job right there. I couldn't ask for more. That's a 3. So if you go through and review this rubric, you'll see exactly what I'm seeing when I give you your grade. So that is actually a lot of help. Okay, so that's the scenario, and each week that's exactly what it's going to look like, and you're going to have the same thing each week. You're going to have a video case study, which is interesting and relevant to you as an educator. You're going to have this chapter to read, which again I found is one of the most interesting textbooks that I've ever come across. You're going to have a quiz so that I'll know and I'll be able to tell if you read the chapter and if you can remember what went on in the chapter at all. And then the scenario. So it's going to put you in a sort of a real life situation and ask you to respond to it. And all of these assignments and all of this reading, you will encounter these situations or something like it in your career choice. So it's not just mundane memorizing things. It's not boring. It's stuff that you'll actually use, and I'm excited. So I'm excited to have you. I'm excited about this class. I love children, and I love teaching you about children, and I love reading your assignments. It's not boring to me. I love to hear what you think. So I want you to give it your best. I don't want you to just rush through and just turn in anything. in order to just barely squeak by. I want to prepare you to be a really awesome daycare employee or daycare owner or pre-K teacher or Head Start teacher. Because if you're awesome, then the kids in your care will be awesome. So I look forward to it. Email me or send me a message if you have any questions.